Facts Verse presents. A young widower was struggling to care for 7 kids, so a stranger decided to step in. Reem and Dakota Nelson lived in Ashton, Idaho when they got married in 2001. It wasn't long after that they would have their first child together, and over the years they had 6 more children. The couple always dreamed of having a big family, and that's exactly what they had. And everything was going great for the couple until June 2018. That was when everything changed forever. Before the couple got married and had children, they both attended Brigham Young University in Idaho. After graduating, the couple got married and started their family. Dakota took a part-time teaching job at his church to earn some extra money for his family. Reem loved her children, and she loved finding out that she was pregnant, all 7 times that it happened. Dakota went out to run a few errands and left Reem at home one day, and when Dakota got home he found his wife on the garage floor after suffering a massive heart attack. She managed to hold on for a few months, but sadly she eventually passed away. She left her devastated husband and children behind, causing Dakota to wonder how he was going to be able to go on. Fortunately, he did have the support of his family, his wife's family, and his friends. But even with all of that support, Dakota was struggling every day, and those close to him could see it. Reem's younger sister, Summer Alamiel, realized that her brother-in-law was struggling to support his 7 children by himself. She decided to create a GoFundMe page for the family where she recounted the horrible events of the tragic day that she lost her sister. On the page, she wrote, "One of the greatest privileges of my life has been to have Reem Nelson as a big sister. For those of you who are lucky enough to know her, you know of her kindness, strength, sense of humor, and love for others. Reem is a mother to 7 amazing children." Summer continued by saying that her favorite job of all time, other than being a mother, was teaching girls volleyball. Summer wrote that her sister's home was open to anyone in need, even if all they needed was fun. She wrote about Dakota and Reem and how they were perfect for one another. She called them a match made in heaven. She then wrote about Reem's death. She wrote about how Dakota found his wife on the floor of the garage, blue, not breathing. Dakota tried to save his wife's life, but at that point it was too late. According to Summer's post, her sister's brain had been without oxygen for over 20 minutes, which caused severe brain damage. Reem was in a coma. The doctors told Dakota that because of her young age, Reem did stand a fighting chance. They expected her to remain in a coma for 3 to 6 months. During that time, she was transferred to a long-term care facility where she could get the specialized care that she needed. Her doctors were hopeful that within 2 years of inpatient treatment, she would show a significant improvement. They did tell Dakota, though, that there were no guarantees. After Summer wrote about her sister and her prognosis, she mentioned that she was starting this GoFundMe page because her sister didn't have insurance. Due to the healthcare crisis in Idaho, Dakota and Reem, like most other residents at the time, didn't have health insurance. The kids did, but they didn't. Dakota was working 3 jobs to support his family, but it still wasn't enough to cover the medical bills. With that in mind, Summer set a target of $250,000 to cover her sister's care. As the days passed, Summer continued to update people on the fundraising site about Reel's condition. Sadly, she had to let people know that her sister passed away September 23, 2018 at 3:45 p.m. In the next few months, Dakota tried to fit into his new role as a single dad. He had to provide for his 7 children all on his own. He kept working his 3 jobs to keep a roof over his family's heads, clothes on their backs, food on the table, and that wasn't easy. When Christmas approached, it was tough for Dakota. It would be the family's first Christmas without their mother. It would not be easy. Nate Eaton, a reporter for the local news channel, did a special report in December 2018. In the report, he said, "I'm coming to you from Ashton today. We are continuing to give away $250,000 from Secret Santa." Next, he looked back on Dakota's heartbreaking story. He mentioned that Dakota was working as a part-time seminary teacher with the LDS Church, on top of his other 2 jobs. Next, he revealed that Dakota would be receiving $2,000 worth of gift cards and a check for $8,000 so that the family could get ahead. With everything ready, Nate and his team headed to Dakota's home. Eaton and his team surprised Dakota at home and asked him a bit about what had happened to his wife. A teary-eyed Dakota talked a bit about Reem, and then Nate gave him the fantastic gifts. Dakota started to cry, and Nate gave him a supportive hug. The video was posted on YouTube, and it wasn't long before it had over 1 million views. People left supportive comments for Dakota, telling him what a strong, supportive man that he is. A young widower was struggling to care for 7 kids, and this stranger decided to step in. Dakota's Secret Santa really saved that family's Christmas when they needed it the most. And subscribe for more.